Good evening, you're watching To The Point. I'm Preeti Chaudhary. Let's put the focus on the biggest news story today. Well, it came out of the AI summit. There was a protest that took place by the Youth Congress cadre at the AI summit where they took off their T-shirts inside the premises and protested against the Prime Minister. Some thought rather unsavory. Why protest in front of guests? You can express dissent, but was this the right platform to do so, which is disrupting the AI summit? Lots went down in terms of political commentary after that, but this is how it all panned out.
AI summit hijacked by a political drama. At Bharat Mandapam, where presidents, prime ministers and global tech giants gathered, chaos reigned today. Youth Congress workers stormed the venue. Some even went shirtless. Others flashed T-shirts, raised slogans, raised one message: PM compromised. Delhi police moved in fast. Detentions made. Sources say entry was allegedly secured using QR codes. An FIR is filed.
QR कोड कोई भी आदमी ऑनलाइन रजिस्टर करा सकता है वेबसाइट पे। उन्होंने ऑनलाइन रजिस्ट्रेशन करा के अपने लिए QR कोड बनाया, जनरेट किया। उस QR कोड को स्कैन करके और अपने जो ऑब्जेक्शनेबल टी-शर्ट है जिसका इन्होंने प्रोटेस्ट किया, उस टी-शर्ट के ऊपर से स्वेटर और जैकेट इन्होंने पहने हुए थे और उस स्वेटर और जैकेट को जो हॉल नंबर 5 का लॉबी एरिया है उसके अंदर उन्होंने उतारते हुए वहाँ पे इस चीज़ को प्रोटेस्ट किया, जिसमें 4 लोगों को हमने डिटेन कर लिया।
The BJP is calling it nothing short of a sabotage, a bid they say to embarrass India before the world.
भारत आज एक ट्रस्टेड कंट्री की तरह देखा जाता है. India is a trusted country, and that's because our Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji has conducted the foreign policy in a way where that trust and respect, the respect of a 5,000-year-old civilization, that gravitas, that जो भारत की civilization का ठहराव है, वो ठहराव आज दुनिया मानती है।
देश की कीमत पर ये लोग खिलवाड़ करना चाहते हैं। राजनीति होती है, आरोप प्रत्यारोप होते हैं, लेकिन हम देश की कीमत पर सौदेबाजी करें, देश की छवि के साथ खिलवाड़ करें, जहां 100 से अधिक देशों के लोग भागीदार बन रहे हो, वहां पर इस प्रकार के उत्पात मचा करके अराजकता फैलाने का प्रयास।
The Saffron Party escalated the charge, alleging the protest was planned at Rahul Gandhi's residence, calling him a traitor.
Rahul Gandhi और कांग्रेस पार्टी, the traitors of the highest order, देश के सबसे बड़े गद्दार, रंग में भंग डालना इनका काम है। जहां देश आगे बढ़ेगा, जहां देश में खुशियों की रंग छाएगी, वहां वो भंग जरूर डालेंगे। ये गद्दार है।
Congress is defending the disruption, saying protest is democratic right and that the youth is angry.
आज यूथ कांग्रेस के साथियों ने आई समिट में जाके पीएम इज कंप्रोमाइज्ड के नारे लगाए हैं और ये रोष सिर्फ हमारे यूथ कांग्रेस के साथियों का नहीं है, हर उस युवा का है जो आज बेरोजगार घूम रहा है और उस हर एक युवा को पता है कि हमारे प्रधानमंत्री कंप्रोमाइज्ड हैं और तभी ये बेरोजगारी कैसे दूर हो उसके बारे में कुछ नहीं सोच रहे।
But here's the political contradiction. While Rahul Gandhi and Congress attacked the summit, Congress MP Shashi Tharoor struck a very different note.
What has been impressive is, first of all, the attendance. As you said, a number of presidents, prime ministers and world leaders are here, and they've come with a strong message of wanting to see a newly integrated world in AI development.
At a summit meant to project India's technological rise, politics ran the algorithm. Bureau Report, India Today.
All right, the latest news break coming in at the back of it, clearly because after the protest and the images of the protest by the Congress youth cadre went viral, there was a certain amount of pushback. There was an understanding that seems to suggest that a little unsavory. Why in front of international guests would we have to protest in the manner where the principal opposition party of the country is concerned? Was it unsavory? You have every right to dissent, but to disrupt a summit, was that necessary? So the Congress, in some manner, trying to downplay what happened at the AI summit this afternoon. Congress leader Gurdeep Sapal has said it was the passionate youth of the Congress expressing their anger. During the Commonwealth Games, the BJP President Gadkari used to climb the barricades and protest. BJP workers protest against Youth Congress's AI summit stunt. Youth Congress chief currently being grilled by the Delhi police as well. The Delhi police is now probing what they call a larger conspiracy angle. Listen in.
जिस तरह से उनके भविष्य का गला घोटा जा रहा है, जिस तरह से भारत ने समर्पण किया है, जिस तरह से युवाओं के पूरे जो करियर है उसके ऊपर सवालिया निशान लगता जा रहा है, तो कभी कभी जोश में आ जाते हैं और आज उन्होंने अपने जोश को प्रकट करने के लिए किया है। देश में पहले बहुत सारे अंतर्राष्ट्रीय कार्यक्रम हुए। मुझे याद है कॉमनवेल्थ के जब हो रहे थे तो नितिन गडकरी अध्यक्ष थे और बैरिकेड के ऊपर प्रदर्शन पूरे देश के अंदर कर रहे थे और खुद बीजेपी अध्यक्ष उसके अंदर जाते थे, तो तब देश की अंतर्राष्ट्रीय इमेज की बात नहीं होती थी, बीजेपी करती थी, तो वो उनका लोकतांत्रिक हक था और यहाँ युवाओं का है, थोड़ा जोश प्रकट हुआ है।
All right, so there's been a fair amount of pushback at the back of the visuals that came in from the AI summit in the national capital, where you saw certain youth Congress workers getting into the complex at Bharat Mandapam, taking off their shirts and protesting against the Prime Minister. The optics of all of that, did it go down too well? Many would suggest you really wouldn't create a scene when you call guests home. And why did we have to do it in the manner in which we do? However, there is a parallel train of thought which says every international event, be it hosted by countries across the world, usually have designated platforms of protest. And why are we linking national pride with protest? So two very contrarian point of views. It's how you look at it. Let's cut across our two spokespersons this evening. Both of them will get 2 minutes each to put their points forward. Bhavya Narasimha Murthy, spokesperson Congress. Sanju Verma, national spokesperson Bharatiya Janata Party. Welcome, the both of you. And Bhavya, let's begin with you. Your 2 minutes start after this question, and that is, Bhavya, nobody stops you from dissenting. It's your right as a political opposition party, but why disrupt a summit which is going on? You know, many would suggest if we call guests to our home, we don't start fighting with each other. We wait and we sort out our differences later.
Okay, my 2 minutes starts now. What kind of a guest did you invite? You invited Bill Gates, someone who is associated with the disgraced sexual offender Jeffrey Epstein. You invite him to give a keynote speech. What kind of a message are you sending at a global level? Is that your guest? And he has to pull out. He pulled out. He has more conscience than the current Indian government. I can't believe that. That's one point. Coming to the second point, if you think the Youth Congress leaders doing there is wrong, that was exactly why they did. They did that because they wanted to make the deaf hear these things. What happened there was cringeworthy. What AI summit, all the disasters that Ashwin Vaishnaw, as a Minister of IT, the mismanagement he did, 6 hours of AI summit was interrupted to make reels. Then comes all the cringeworthy Galgotia University that they have seen. How did you even screen and give them platforms in such a summit? Someone who brings a Chinese robot and displays it as themselves? That's not cringeworthy. And Ashwin Vaishnaw, what has he proved? He has not proved himself in Railway Minister nor in IT Ministry. And then, come on, the cringeworthiness when Sam Altman, the CEO of OpenAI, laughed at our Prime Minister, saying he didn't know what was happening just because Prime Minister wanted his dramatics to be there, like invading their personal agency, just forcing their hands and, you know, lifting it up. Aren't these cringe-worthy things? Didn't we have to bring this to the notice? The real patriots will bring this to the notice. And then the threat to Rahul Gandhi. You're talking about Youth Congress people demonstrating there peacefully. Talk about the BJP youth leaders who are openly giving threat to Rahul Gandhi, the leader of opposition, and 25 MPs.
Your time, madam, is up. And when I circle back to you, maybe we can also ponder on the fact you can hang your dissent on the coattails of the invitation of the Microsoft co-founder, Mr. Bill Gates. But there were many Indians out there who were out there looking for investment. There were innovations which have come in from across the country, which wanted a platform to be recognized. So in the spirit of that, some would suggest you could have taken the protest elsewhere, but we'll circle back to that. I want to bring in Sanju Verma. Sanju Verma, the question that I ask you, internationally, there are various countries that hold events such as this. Each of those countries have a designated area of protest. And protest, dissent is very much part, especially when you're hosting a big ticket event. You guys know it best. You did it during Commonwealth Games where the UPA was in power. So having said that, either give an area of dissent. If you clamp down, then you could pretty much face what you face today.
You know, Preeti, let me say one thing. There is a difference between dissent, D-I-S-S-E-N-T, and dissent, D-E-S-C-E-N-T. What the Congress party was doing today was that it descended, D-E-S-C-E-N-D-E-D. It descended into the throes of hooliganism, vandalism, gundagardi, and downright brazen thuggery. But I'll tell you what, the apple does not fall far from the tree. We know that Rahul Gandhi has lost 3 Lok Sabha elections for his debilitated Congress party. After June 2024, we had assembly elections in 6 states. BJP won 4 out of these 6 with a strike rate of 67%. Congress won ZERO, 0. Not in power in Maharashtra, not in power in Jammu Kashmir, in Jharkhand, in Bihar, in Delhi, or in Haryana. So Rahul Gandhi is a product well past his expiry date. What does he do? He hires these goons. Congressy goons called Krishna Hari. Congress goon called Narasimha Yadav. Congress goon called Ajay Kumar. Congress goon called Kundan Yadav. And these are all people from the Youth Congress. And Rahul Gandhi tells them, Jo uchit hai, wo samjho. What do? They engage in a banyan protest by going shirtless and streaking across the AI summit. But I'll tell you something more important. I don't care what a Congress spokesperson has to say about AI summit, Preeti. This is what Sam Altman said. India's AI energy is unmatched. This is what Sundar Pichai said. India's AI outreach is unmatched. This is what the head of Qualcomm said. India's AI accessibility is unmatched. This is what UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres said. India under Prime Minister Narendra Modi has truly democratized AI. So Congress and its hoodlums can go.
Okay. Madam, time is up. You know, the fact is, it's unsavory to many, but, you know, to call them goons, and I think, Sanju Verma, you'd have a larger understanding of what streaking really means. It's a little more than just taking off your T-shirt and prancing around in a banyan and a vest. But, you know, those are different, and it's happened. It's not that streaking hasn't happened in international events, it's happened. But Bhavya, I want to bring you back into this conversation, the question that I asked Bhavya, because today, there are many innovators out there, Indian, who are looking for investments. It's their platform, it's their moment. You might want to put the spotlight on the co-founder of Microsoft, Mr. Bill Gates, and his association with the Epstein files, and him backing out. You know, that's politics. But to disrupt an event where you have people from your own country vying for investment, would you think that passes?
Inviting Bill Gates is not politics. That's moral bankruptcy. That's how we see it. Our country do not stand for that. He's associated with a disgraced pedophile. That's not politics. That's disgraceful. That's moral bankruptcy. Let's say what it is, or it is. We don't care if he brings investment to India. We don't want investment from a pedophile. Let's start.
Can I hold your time? I just want to hold your time.
No.
Can I hold your time? Bhavya, I'm holding your time.
Yeah.
And the reason I'm holding it so is, and you know, just allow me to interject, and I usually don't. It's not just Bill Gates investing in India, right? There are investors who are coming in from across the world.
Yeah, he was a
There are
keynote
people,
speaker. What
there are
kind of
people
moral
coming in from
bankruptcy
across
was
the world
that?
to nobody, Bhavya, nobody takes away from
Why
your
did he
right to
pull out
dissent.
then?
You very well should
Why did
dissent.
he pull out then, Preeti? Why did he pull out?
Madam, he pulled
Wasn't
out.
it an embarrassment?
Madam, whether he pulled out, what happened, it's not about Bill Gates. We can make it about Bill Gates. We can have a conversation on the
It
Epstein
was
files,
about Bill
which
Gates.
I had
You
yesterday.
invited him
But sadly,
despite the
the
opposition
debate today
asking
is
you
not
not
about
to
the
do it.
Epstein files.
It
The
was.
point is, Madam, the debate is
If
not
the
about,
debate
you
is
and I can
about our
argue
youth
to
Congress
kingdom
people,
come.
they
Allow
are
me to
here
just
to
allow me
make
to,
the
allow
deaf
me to
hear.
construct my question. The question is very clear, Bhavya. The question is, there were people who are your own countrymen who are looking for investment. It was a platform
Yes.
for them to showcase their talent.
Yes.
To disrupt
Yes.
that, was it in good taste? Your
Yes.
time,
Can I
stalled,
start?
begins now. Yes.
Okay. The Youth Congress people peacefully demonstrated there and then they walked out. It's not like they went to disrupt each and every stalls there. One thing they did was exposed what was happening in AI Summit. The mismanagement because of Ashwini Vaishnav, how 6 hours, the whole, AI Summit where people from across the world have attended, they were asked to, stay outside to make reels for these ministers. How cringeworthy is that? And the mismanagement where, one of these founders had lost some of the items that they had brought in. They were stolen. Can you imagine? And this kind of mismanagement, Bill Gates on one side, you making your reels on another side, Kalgotia University on one side. This is not embarrassment. This is not disruption. This is not bringing embarrassment to the country. Just exposing that is a bigger issue than that. Exposing that was our duty as an opposition. We had to make the deaf hear. That's why this demonstration was very important. Whether it is, inviting Bill Gates was a disgrace. Just because you have Hardeep Singh Puri, who is also associated with this disgraced, pedophile, and he's not, across the world, people are actually resigning or thrown out, except for Hardeep Singh Puri, who gets a statement of support in the form of birthday wishes from Prime Minister. How cringeworthy is that? Didn't we have to expose all this? We as a country, we are not morally bankrupt. But if the government is morally bankrupt, we are here to expose as responsible opposition. And the US deal, yes, Prime Minister is compromised. That was the message. US deal is an evidence to say that Prime Minister is compromised. And he is putting Indian farmers at stake. What about their interest? You don't
Okay,
care
ma'am,
for
your
them.
time is up. We gave you 30 seconds extra. So now we'll give you a counterpart, that 30 seconds extra. So Sanju Verma gets 2.5 minutes. And I'll come back to the question that I asked you, Ms. Verma, right in the beginning. Every country holding a big ticket event gives place, it's marked in area, in space where you sit and you protest. You cannot link protest to national pride, because everyone has the right to protest. You didn't do so. You didn't earmark a space for protest. It's not that these guys are forcing their way in. They are peacefully coming in. It can be in bad taste, but you really cannot call them goons.
Preeti, I will say what I need to say. The topic of discussion today is not the Epstein files. The illiterate Congress spokesperson went on a rant. Hardeep Puri's name is not mentioned in the Epstein files. She stands corrected. But I can understand her frustration. She is not well read. You are asking us about a certain issue. She's trying to talk about Albert Einstein's theory of relativity, though I wonder whether she's even read Einstein. But let me come to the moot topic at hand. The moot topic at hand is this, Preeti. At the AI summit in New Delhi, I'm so proud of Narendra Modi, so proud of Ashwini Vaishnav, so proud of, the entire Modi government dispensation. We hosted 41 global CEOs. We had more than 2.5 lakh visitors. We had more than 1.28 lakh delegates. We had more than 118 countries. We had more than 23 heads of state. We had more than 67 ministerial delegations. We had more than 600 startups. We had more than 644 AI technologies exhibited. We had more than 37 countries showcasing their unique products across 327 unique stalls. We have had Reliance Jio commit $110 billion. We have had Sam Altman commit $100 billion in partnership with the Tata Group. We had Adani commit $100 billion. We had Brad Smith, not Bill Gates, Brad Smith of Microsoft commit $50 billion. We had Sundar Pichai of Google commit $15 billion. We had $23 billion worth of commitment from Vinod Khosla, the co-founder of Sun Microsystems. But if Congress wants to keep harping about Galgotia, all I can tell is that these guys are missing the woods for the trees. That is why they have been rejected by the people of this country. And one more point, Preeti.
20 more
Since
seconds,
you've given
ma'am.
me extra.
Yes.
Yes. Sorry. Preeti, you know, your that time ticker is so intimidating. I realize you've given me extra time. I want to, focus on one very, very important thing that happened. Emmanuel Macron, the head honcho of France, said, under Prime Minister Narendra Modi, we have seen what no country has been able to achieve, the democratization of a digital revolution.
Ma'am, now...
back my time. No. You have still, the ticker is ticking, please wait.
Ma'am, the ticker is giving you 20 minutes extra. Unfortunately, we don't have 30 seconds ticker. But we gave you 40 seconds.
Just give me 10 seconds extra.
Acha, ma'am, okay, I'll give 10 seconds to Bhavya also then. Make your point. Make 10 seconds.
Yes.
Say what you're saying.
12 years back, Emmanuel Macron said a street hawker in Mumbai did not have accessibility papers, documents. Today, that street hawker accepts digital payments. UPI transactions today are worth 328.
Fair point. Nobody, fair point. This was also protested by the Congress. 10 seconds, Bhavya. Now you have that 10 seconds.
You know, she calls the youth Congress people as goons. So what are you going to call your own youth leaders who gave death threats to Rahul Gandhi?
Okay.
Huh? Criminals.
Okay.
And you people
this is not an argument. Okay. I'm going to end this argument here, but couple of things that we want to put out there. The fact is, can we just get the faders down? Can we get the faders down? Right. The only thing we want to put out there is, and we just want to put out facts, it's not that Mr. Hardeep Singh Puri's name was not mentioned in the Epstein files. It was actually mentioned, and you can do a search on the US Department of Justice, and I want to put it right there. Therefore, I'm reading it out. It throws up 46 results for Hardeep Puri, for 430 results for Hardeep and 163 results for Hardeep Singh Puri. Doesn't make him culpable, but yes, of course, open to scrutiny. But on the other hand, what you saw this morning or afternoon, was it correct for the Congress to protest at a summit site? We leave it for you to decide. Let's quickly shift over to our next debate, and that is also causing a bit of a frenzy. A trailer of a film has sparked outrage. Politics is now escalating around it. The trailer is Kerala Files 2. The courtroom has now become the next battleground because the film has been dragged to court. The controversy surrounding the Kerala story 2 has reached the Kerala High Court even as politics tempers fly. Why? Find out. All right, joining me is the producer of the Kerala story 2, Vipul Shah, joins us live. Appreciate you taking the time off and joining us, Mr. Shah. Mr. Shah, many call this film propaganda, released timely right before Kerala elections.
People, when we expose criminals, criminals are not going to, accept that they have done anything wrong. And the people, some lobby will find it very objectionable that we are exposing the criminals, and they will call it propaganda because that's the easiest way to discredit any film. And they have a very, very strong, infrastructure to continue and bolster their narrative. We are just regular filmmakers who cannot even match the height of their entire network, right? So that's the most important part of this thing. Even when Kerala Story 1 released, this was the same campaign that was run against the film. But people saw through it, and people saw it in very, very large numbers and made that into one of the most successful film of the history of Indian cinema. And people will choose this time as well if they are convinced with our narrative, with our storytelling, with the truths that we are going to expose, then I'm sure they are going to connect with the film, and the truth should prevail. I mean, that's all that I can say.
Mr. Shah, you say that
as far as the election is concerned, before Kerala, there is an election in Bengal. There is an election in Tamil Nadu. If we wanted to target any election, we could have selected a story from Bengal or a Tamil Nadu, and we could have portrayed that story. Then that accusation would have been more meaningful. Actually, we have selected two stories, one from Madhya Pradesh and one from Rajasthan, where the election has already happened last year. So this argument or this allegation, again, is a baseless allegation. And if you can just put the logic in front of you, you know that there is no merit to it.
But Mr. Shah, you talk about being up against, an ecosystem and an entire unit which is coming out against you. But that ecosystem feels that you're backed by even a stronger machinery, which is the Bharatiya Janata Party, which is propelling you to produce a film like this. In effect, many suggest that the contents of the film have stories which are not even based in Kerala, but across India. Yet you've named it Kerala Files.
So there are three questions that you asked me, so I'll answer all three. First thing first, that if I was a BJP stooge, as they keep calling me, or I was just listening to your report where somebody was saying it's a Sangh propagated film, then I wouldn't take a story from Madhya Pradesh and Rajasthan, which is ruled by BJP. I would have picked up a story from Karnataka or Himachal Pradesh or Bengal, or there are so many states where BJP is not in the ruling capacity. But that's not the fact. I have selected two states from which are ruled by BJP. So that now it's up to people to choose whether they believe us or they believe them. The second point that you made, that why am I calling it Kerala Story? The title of the film is Kerala Story 2 Goes Beyond. So from our title itself, we are saying that this goes way beyond Kerala. Kerala is our God's own country, one of the most beautiful states that we have. We have no intention of maligning any state, any religion, any community. But the problem is that one of the story is from Kerala. The second thing is that it is it's the same topic of manipulative conversion. There was one model that was existing in Kerala, which we exposed in part one. Now we are exposing another module which is existing across the country. And that is why it is Kerala Story 2, which goes beyond. The theme, the soul of the film is manipulative conversion. And that is why Kerala Story has been the name. That's the name of the film.
Okay. Well, all right, Mr. Shah, it's going to be contentious the days ahead. I wish you well. Thank you for taking the time out and joining us. I am joined now. Let's get your contrarian point of view of what Mr. Vipul Shah was talking about on an entire might of an ecosystem up against the film, calling it propaganda. I have with me Mr. John Brittas, CPI Rajya Sabha MP. You've had the Chief Minister of Kerala come out strongly against the film, Mr. Brittas, but the larger question, because Kerala is your state, your government has been one state that has always stuck up for freedom of speech. And the recent example I'll give you in the International Film Festival that you hosted, where you decided against the censor board censoring certain films to play and host those films, yet have such views against a film. Where does freedom of speech stand in this case, Mr. Brittas?
See, we are not calling for a ban of this movie. Did we ever call for a ban? Did we ever use our physical strength to avoid screening of this movie when this first edition was there? But when a community is demonized, a state is tarnished, and Malayali society is maligned, don't we have the right to say that? This is peddling falsehood, lies to tarnish a state which is known for communal harmony, amity, and peaceful coexistence. Is it not a fact that BJP wants to do dirty propaganda because elections are close by? And don't you think the counter that has emanated with regard to this movie on social media are all organic? And if the director or the producer both to watch a couple of the counters, if they had an iota of shame, they would have drowned themselves in holy Ganges. See, this is an old trick of having a poisonous campaign to tarnish a state which never gave a foothold to BJP. And I can tell you very well, Malayalis have the education, literacy, awareness to see through this diabolic game, and they will throw this movie in the dustbin. I always used to say that such septic tank movies will not work in Kerala. They can influence the BJP cadre here or there, but it will not do anything good for the BJP in the coming elections. We would give a befitting rebuttal reply to this movie in the form of next elections, next mandate.
But Mr. Brittas, the BJP unit in your own state says that this is a lived reality of the state. It's happening in the Malabar coast or the Malabar belt of Kerala, where the demography has changed dramatically, is what their claim is. And people can actually sense it, and therefore you see the rise of a stringent right in Kerala, at least in that belt.
Can any BJP leader in Kerala say that the beef should be banned here? You know what is a teaser? The beef is forcefully fed. That means it's been thrust upon on a hapless woman. I'm sure that after the take, that if at all it was a Malayali woman, whether Hindu or Christian or Muslim, she would have asked the director, please serve me beef with parota. Even the BJP leaders here take release beef and parota here. See, there is an extent of this nonsense that is happening. This is a plural society. Having a cuisine, particular cuisine or a dress is your choice. We don't compel anybody to have anything here. But at the same time, we make it a point that nobody can dictate somebody that you should take this sort of food or you shouldn't be taking this sort of food. This is the egalitarian Kerala society that is there. So even if some couple of BJP leaders who say they may be forced to toe the line of the BJP national leadership or the RSS, but the reality is entirely different here. If it were to be the fact, if BJP claims that all these stories, are real incidents, why did no BJP leader go to see the Kerala story first edition? And these people have so many files, Kerala files, Kashmir files. The real file is Epstein files. They should make a movie on that.
All right, Mr. Brittas, thank you for joining us and giving us your point of view. We'll know how this film really does. The trailer has caused quite a bit of a stir. Now, Beti Bachao, Beti Padhao, Save the Girl Child, has been Prime Minister Modi's flagship slogan and scheme. But a BJP MLA from Rajasthan has undermined that message in one message that he delivered from the floor of the Rajasthan Assembly. Bahadur Singh Kohli compared the BJP's government budget to birthing a boy and the previous Congress regime's budget to that of a girl. Well, no action has been taken against the sexist Neta who practically made clear his gender bias in the Rajasthan Assembly. And, of course, he doesn't even need to apologize for the same.
In a house meant to frame laws for equality, a remark has exposed how deep prejudice still runs. A sexist comment inside the Rajasthan Assembly has triggered outrage, raising uncomfortable questions about mindset versus governance. BJP MLA Bahadur Singh Kohli compared the BJP budget to the birth of a boy and the Congress budget to the birth of a girl, suggesting one brings value while the other does not.
हमारे माननीय भजनलाल शर्मा जी ने हमारी सरकार ने पहले ही बजट में छोरा पैदा किया दूसरा भी दूसरे बजट में भी छोरा पैदा किया और तीसरे बजट में भी छोरा पैदा किया जो जवानी में छोरा पैदा करता है वो हमेशा काम में आता है और अशोक गहलोत जी ने माननीय मुख्यमंत्री थे उन्होंने लास्ट के बजट में घोषणा की तो वहां छोरी पैदा हुई मगर छोरा पैदा नहीं हुआ तो इसलिए आप विपक्ष में बैठे हुए हैं आप जाओ.
The Congress, which is in the opposition, slammed the remark as sexist and regressive.
अगर हम लिंग भेद को संविधान स्वीकार नहीं करता, और हमारी पूरे विश्व के अंदर नेतृत्व कर रही आदरणीय नरेंद्र मोदी जी की सरकार जो महिला शक्ति मानती है, तो निश्चित रूप से किसी भी तरह से उसको अच्छा तो बताया ही नहीं जा सकता।
The controversy comes even as crores were spent on Beti Bachao, Beti Padhao to change attitudes and correct gender imbalance. Rajasthan alone has received significant central funding under the scheme aimed at improving awareness, education and survival of the girl child. Yet the numbers tell a troubling story. Rajasthan's sex ratio remains below the national average at 941 women per 1,000 men. And in Bharatpur, represented by the BJP MLA Bahadur Singh Kohli, the ratio, which is at 853 women per 1,000 men, is among the lowest in the state, reflecting the very bias such schemes seek to eliminate. When lawmakers mock the birth of a girl, they undo years of policy, money and messaging in a single sentence. The question now is, will this just be another row or a moment of reckoning for India's fight for dignity and equality of the girl child? With Devankur Vadhavan, Bureau Report, India Today.
Because it's not just what the MLA said, it's also the people around him. The minute he said that the Congress's budget के अशोक गहलोत जी ने छोरी पैदा की उस बजट में, इसीलिए छोरा नहीं हुआ. Everybody was laughing. Now we are to the point rarely ever deliver monologues because that is not our job. But sometimes it becomes imperative for us to do our job. So here goes. Why has no action been taken against the Veer Bharatpur MLA? Is it because he openly stated on the floor of the State Assembly what is usually said in not so hushed tones in Rajasthan society, that if you birth a boy, it is an achievement. It is an accomplishment. You have hit the jackpot in social hierarchy. But if you birth a girl, it's a shame that you have brought upon yourself and your family. The mindset we have spent decades changing. The gender bias that the Prime Minister in his much appreciated Beti Bachao, Beti Padhao scheme has tried so very hard to change, where the government has allotted the state of Rajasthan under the flagship scheme of Beti Bachao from the launch in 2014-2015 up to 2024-25, the total approximate 14 to 15 crores, while state of Rajasthan alone has spent another 14 crores. All of that money goes down the drain if we refuse to take any action against the MLA in question, Bahadur Singh Kohli, which we've not taken any action. Who represents the MLA? The Veer constituency in Bharatpur districts. A bit of data here. Bharatpur district continues to have the worst child sex ratio in the country, whereas per the last census, the child sex ratio of Veer Tehsil stands at an appalling 853 girls per 1,000 boys. Mull on that, 853 girls per 1,000 boys, which is the worst in the country and one of the worst in Rajasthan as well in terms of districts. A skewed sex ratio that is also mirrored in the total strength of the Rajasthan Assembly, where this gender bias clearly is seen, where out of a 200-member assembly, only 21 are women. So when Mr. Kohli, the MLA from Veer Bharatpur, stands and says what he does, that is having a girl child is a curse, in front of the few 21 women MLAs in the State Assembly, which includes, by the way, the Deputy Chief Minister, Ms. Diya Kumari. He knew he wasn't saying anything shocking. It's the accepted norm in the society. And he will get away with it. Even though, another bit of data here, Rajasthan has the ignominy of ranking third in the crime against women across the country as a state, where in 2023 it also enjoyed the ignominy of having the highest number of rapes across the country. But why bother? Because after all, birthing a girl is a curse, isn't it? Something that was laughed at, accepted, stated, flouted in the State Assembly by a BJP MLA not as far back as 4 days, and no action was taken against him. The fact is, in India, deep-rooted patriarchal norms from son preferences to rigid male-dominated power structures continue to shape the fate of young girls long before they can shape their own futures. For many, the barriers begin before birth and only multiply. Unequal access to nutrition, to healthcare, to education, to opportunity. The consequences are not just personal, they are generational and they are economic. When girls are denied survival, and schooling, the nation forfeits talent, it forfeits productivity, it forfeits progress. And above all, it forfeits basic human rights to girls. According to estimates by the United Nations, and this I'm quoting by the UN report, UNDP report 2000 and 2020, India recorded the most skewed child sex ratio in the world. Mind you, we are competing with the likes of Pakistan, Bangladesh, Afghanistan. Yet, we're at the bottom. A stark reminder that gender bias is not a relic of the past, but a crisis unfolding in the present, and sometimes celebrated even in state assemblies like this. So I won't be surprised if no action is taken against the BJP Ver MLA Bahadur Singh Kohli. Also, on a side note, gender bias is bipartisan. A code of silence today exists across parties in Rajasthan. Heard anything from the opposition in Rajasthan, the Congress? Why upset vote banks? Because after all, these are deep-seated societal biases. Raising your voice might antagonize a particular community. So till we see an actual shift and the likes of Kohli are sacked, Beti Bachao is no more than that sticker you see at the back of a truck or a tempo when you cross highways. With that, there are certain questions that we want to pose right on top. The questions that we asked this evening: why no action against the BJP MLA? Beti Bachao just a slogan if accused belongs to the ruling party. In this case, clearly it seems so. The other question we asked: why a bipartisan code of silence? Political calculations far bigger than protecting the girl child. Did the BJP MLA expose how deeply gender bias is entrenched in India's political systems? Not the first time we've heard it, not the first time it's being condoned, but nothing from the political class. And if accountability stops at party lines, which it has in the case of the Bharatiya Janata Party today, is there real commitment to Beti Bachao?